Hi there, everyone. This is Sharon for Self Care You Nuggets. And so remember to like and share, remember to turn on your notification, and remember to subscribe so that you will know when these self care nuggets hit because they never hit at the same time on a daily basis because we never know when life is going to unfold or things in life is going to unfold. We never know what time it is, you know what I mean? And so why set yourself up that way? Set yourself up to be your greatest, no matter what time it is, to be able to look forward to the unknown, to be able to look forward to something that you're looking forward to, even though you don't know what time it's going to be. And so let's move on. Let's move on. And so today, what we will talk about is we will talk about moving. We're talking about move in life. There will always be an opportunity for you to move. And so, in saying that, what I want to say is because you know that this is self care, and I always bring it back to you, I always bring it back to your well being, in that when we do not truly move our body, physical body, sometimes that can make it difficult for us to move in life when we really want to make a move or want to move to come on. You know what I mean? And so when you are not maneuvering through your own self, when life comes and go, you may not make the move that you need to make in order to level up. And so, moving your physical body and truly being healthy is really important. We can, we're saying all of this the generational curse stops here. The generational, wealth starts here. And so it truly does start with you. It starts not only with your mind, but what actions that you are taking. And the days are gone where you work, and all this grinding and hustling to get to, 6, 7, 8 figures. And then when you get there, you're sick. And then someone needs to take care of you. No, no, no. Take care of yourself along the way. Have fun along the way. Go on vacations along the way because the more that you're moving and enjoy, the more that you're moving, especially in the exercise piece in it too. And even if you are not able to physically move your body for whatever reason that is, definitely rehearse it in your mind. See yourself, feel yourself of being active. How do you see yourself? And I know that sometimes some individuals may have some actually physical pain. And like I said, where it may be painful to be able to move. And when it comes to leveling up in life, one thing that I have found is that if I do not move past the discomfort, and again, I'm not talking about hurting yourself, and sometimes some of you may need to, go to a doctor, or should I say, get some medical advice. If you need to do that, by all means, because everything that I'm saying is suggestions, but it's for you to make that decision for yourself. Because that's one thing I truly believe in. And in order to truly leave generational wealth, is for you to be in good health as well. And so to be able to enjoy your adult children, to be able to enjoy your grandchildren, to be able to fully participate without losing, your breath, to be able to move, when it comes to, and I want to say with no pain, but I can't even say that myself. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I'm not claiming it, even though sometimes there may be, something going on. but it's a reminder for me too to make sure that I am moving, not just in grace, but to be able to have that hardcore move over the discomfort. And for those of you who have been listening to me for a while regarding this self care, again, it's not just moving in the physical. Self care is you using discernment, you putting boundaries, you're pushing yourself. And when I say push in a good way, because somewhere along life, sometimes for whatever reason, sometimes we're looking at pushing yourself as something not so good. But that is how we overcome and move through adversity. Because going back to again moving your body, like for instance, when it comes to personal training, and it doesn't have to be personal training, pretty much what I'm really trying to say when it comes to strength training. And if you happen to have a personal trainer, that is wonderful and all as well. But definitely when it comes to strength training, there is magic within that. Because I know when I had a personal trainer, and they were pushing me, and especially like with the leg press, and I'm like, what is this? Because I'm even looking at the person, is like, are they mad at me or something? But in that very moment, I came to realize that when we're pushing past a comfort zone when it comes to our own body, that helps us to become resilient in facing and moving through adversity. Because if we're not able to move through our own, if you're not able to move through your own emotion, it's going to be that much more difficult when life brings you things to overcome. And that's what it does. Anytime you're thinking or feeling that something or someone, the high mind is testing you, okay, you can say it's a test. It's a test for you to be able to use your skills, your ability, your discernment of when you need it, where that is, whether to set boundaries, to be able, again, to move past something. If it's to be the bigger person, is it to walk away? But sometimes it's for us to physically move. I mean, physically move past. Like one of the challenges that I've had, and I have not done it yet completely, is to be able to do like 1,000. Yes, you heard right. 1,000 squats. I hadn't got to it yet because I haven't even gotten to 100 squats in a day. Because that's my goal: do 100 squats a day, and then of course, it adds up to 1,000, and then continue until, because there is something magical that happens when we're pushing ourselves to in a physical way. Now, yoga is a gentle way of doing that, and even strength training is a gentle way of doing that, because when we're able to move past the discomfort, this is how we're really leveling up and to be able to work through the adversity. And so when we're able to work through those things within ourselves, it really helps us. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't prevent anything from coming down, from unfolding. But what it can help, it can maybe allow you to see maybe just a tad bit before it happens, but if anything, gives you the courage, give you the confidence to be able to move through those things. And so make sure you are moving your body, and even if it's just one step, one rep, to be able to move this way, even though it doesn't feel comfortable, to be able to move that way because it doesn't feel comfortable. But when you are able to work past that set comfort, then you're able to level up and get to and move past another comfort. Because once you're able to, again, move past your comfort zone, the doors open up, then you can accomplish anything. And also, one thing I want to say too, don't beat yourself up if you're not able to. It's just a little bit, whether it's an extra few seconds, an extra few minutes on one step. And I know a lot of times people don't like to hear when they say, oh, well, it's just, but sometimes, because one thing that I have learned and am learning is that I needed that extra, that extra push, but for me to push myself, not for someone else who's pushing me. I mean, it's good to have the claps and good to have, the cheerleaders and all of that. However, how about you pushing yourself, cheerleading yourself so that you can? Because when we're not able to move past, and there's just something magical, whether it's the physical posture or of yoga, not just the yoga off the mat, but the physical part of yoga, because again, it allows a gentle way of doing it. But I'm here to challenge you. Let's sometimes get out of that gentleness, because sometimes that can keep you stuck too. Because I know sometimes when I'm trying to, I'm going to say this, one of my friends challenged me, and they're like, do 1,000, do 1,000. I'm like, I got to do the hundreds first. And that's okay. But one thing I can say is that sometimes when we can do more of something to go through that hard piece of it, piece of it too, piece of it, that is where the magic is. There's something it helps transform you in such a beautiful way. It doesn't feel beautiful now. I'm not going to say that it is, but it's something about it. And if you kind of think about the rites of passage, I guess you could say it's a cheat sheet for the rites of passage, because that's something that is missing in our community. I know they're out there, but just meaning as a whole, and especially for those of us from the Afrocentric cultural, I feel like that's a missing piece. It's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like to be able to go into a community and to really work your mind and physically to push yourself beyond that you feel that you can. But hey, when it's done, you're a new person. You never, never, never want to go back. And so challenge yourself to move not only mentally and physically, because they work hand in hand. And this is where you're going to get your wealth, because getting wealth, and I'm talking about the financial piece of wealth, it's going to take some work. And it's working on you getting past certain aspects of yourself. And it's not just moving mentally, but it's moving physically. And the more that you can move with your body, whether it's dance, is yoga, is martial arts, but especially the heart piece, it will transform you to a better you, the best version of you, so you can show up and definitely have the generational wealth of both in character and in finances the way that you want it. So thank you for joining me for this Self-Care You Nuggets, and one way that you can integrate some moves in that you can register for Rest, Rejuvenate, and Recover self-care ads, which are tailor-made for busy leaders and professionals. And pretty much go to my website, affirmholisticnetwork.net, for more information, or to my social media page. I am Sharon D. Brown on Instagram or Facebook with Sharon D. Brown as well. So you can find out more information of how you can integrate these self-care apps throughout the day. Because again, when it comes to stress, it's one of the number one killer. So what are you doing? How can you move so that you can energize yourself or if you need to pretty much relax and get clarity and all of that good stuff. And so continue to move so that you can be the success that you know that you can be. So again, thank you for listening. And thank you for joining me here on Instagram.